Hey, welcome to this episode of Beauty to Bank. I am your host, Season Bennett, and I am here to talk to you about making your first $1,000 online. If you are new to my broadcast, please drop a new in the comments. I aim to inspire, motivate you, and keep it real with you because there's so many people online and they're just making it seem like this thing is just so easy. It's just on autopilot. And I want to keep it real with you and always give you a lot of love. Okay. So welcome to Beauty to Bank. So this is the number one place on the line on the web where beauty professionals learn how to make money without standing behind the chair. Okay. So I am not here to tell you to stop standing behind the chair, stop servicing your clients, stop doing all those things. But I am here to make sure that you know all of your options and that you have extra ways to make passive income. Okay, and that's what digital content really is. And we're going to jump into this. If you now just a little bit of housekeeping here. This is interactive. I am live right now, so if you want to post comments or anything like that, I can share those comments on the screen. If you want your name to show, then you need to authenticate yourself. It'll walk you through a little two-step process so that you can go ahead and you can actually, go ahead and participate in that way as well. All right. So let us jump right in and let me know where you're joining from. I always love to see where everyone is joining from. Okay. So, with that being said, now last week I went ahead and I shared with you about, what would you do about with an extra $1,000 a month. Okay. And that's at the end of the day, everything that we're doing right now, it's lifestyle choices. Okay. And I know you might be like, but Season, I'm not choosing how much money I want to make. You really are. Okay, it's about effort. It's about, it really is about choices. Okay. Sometimes I have chosen, now I know you guys might find this crazy. Okay. But I have actually chosen in some cases to make less money because I want to work less. Okay. I'm like, "Oh, I don't really want to have that type of business. I don't really like working on Sundays. I don't really like, working too much at night, especially when my daughter's in school. It's kind of hard. I got to keep up with the family stuff at night. I can do it and I used to do it, but I've made those choices. Okay. So, can you imagine making those type of choices without it impacting your income? Okay. All right. So I see some people are jumping in. I see Philadelphia is watching. All right. I see Charlotte. Let me know as you guys jump in. I will see you. Now, if you're watching this on the replay, let me know as well. The replay will be available. We are live right now on YouTube, on several places in Facebook as well. But this is something I really want to talk to you guys about is about how to make your first $1,000. We got to get that first $1,000. Once you make that first $1,000, it's like, ooh, I believe I know I can do this. So that's what we're going to work on right now is talking about how do we make that first $1,000. All right. All right, cool, cool, cool beans. Okay, I see Washington, D.C. Dr. Fadenstow, thank you so much for joining. Okay, and I can't see your name. I see a few other people are making comments, but I can't see your name unless you authenticate yourself. Okay, so let's talk about some of these ways that we can make this first $1,000. Okay, so let's talk about this. Okay, so some of these things I'm talking about are formats. Okay, so a PDF. I know you're like, Season, a PDF? Why would somebody buy my PDF? Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. All right. So a PDF is a universal format. Okay, it's super important that you understand this because it doesn't matter what type of device you have, what type of phone, what type of computer you have. If you have a PDF, then anyone can open that, and anyone is able to go ahead and anyone is able to go ahead and use it and open it and look at the content. Okay, so if we're talking about a PDF, like this is interactive, like I said, what are some of the information, because it's all about sharing your information. What information would you share in the PDF? Okay, so and remember, we're talking about making your first $1,000. Okay, so I have had one of my clients, one of my students that I've worked with before, they made $1,000 by selling one PDF to one person. Okay. One PDF. So a PDF is just a download. That's literally all it is. It's something you can download. A lot of times when somebody purchases an ebook, okay, when somebody purchases an ebook, it's literally made as a PDF. Okay. And I can actually show you here how to create this PDF. Do you guys let me know? Do you guys want to know how to create a PDF? All right. If you want to know, go ahead and drop a one in the comments. All right. I see Columbus, Mississippi joining in the conversation. All right. So I'm going to literally show you like how easy it is to create this PDF download. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Um, Here we go. We're going to share my screen over here. Let's see. Yes, I see some ones over here. Okay. So I'm sharing my screen over here. And in this particular place, what I am doing is I'm in my Google Drive right now. Okay. I'm in my Google Drive, and Google Drive, if you guys are not using Google Drive, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Okay. I need you guys to use Google Drive. It's absolutely free. It's a game changer. I literally use it every single day, and it's free. Did I mention it's free? Okay. Account. Okay. Uh-oh. We had a little bit of a, can you guys hear me okay? All right. Something seemed like it went a little slow. Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay. No problem, no problem. All right. So if you have a Google Drive account, you guys have access to see this. All right. So let's take a look at this. All right. So when you log in right here, what you'll see, you click plus for new, then you click on Google Docs. Okay. Now in this is just a plain little document. You can title it whatever you want to talk, title it, right? What's valuable about this is the information. Okay. What's valuable here is the information. All right. So the information, now remember I told you guys that I had one of my students made $1,000 off of selling one PDF. One PDF, okay? So it's the information that you put in. So for this particular person, what she sold was she sold her vendor list, okay? So she is a wig maker and she sold one vendor for $1,000. So a lot of times people will pay you for the information that you have. If you think how much work it takes to get a good hair vendor, okay? A lot of people don't want to risk spending money and sending it overseas and everything, not knowing the quality that they're going to get. So if you're able to, and you have information about vendors, because a lot of people right now are very interested in starting their own product lines. They're very interested in selling their own products. Okay. So if you have your own vendor list, okay, and you put in all you have to do is put in the contact information, right? Now, we're not going to sell this Google Drive link because if we sold that link, people could type right over it. So, right. So I'm going to say vendor list, right? And then you would put their contact right information, right? You'd put their contact name, um, you'd put their contact number, okay? And a lot of times what people put in here is their WhatsApp number, right? Because that's a lot of times how we were able to communicate with people overseas is they put their WhatsApp number or something in there, right? Now the way we turn it into a PDF, right now I'm in a Google Doc, okay? That's what they call it on Google. So the way that we turn it into a PDF was we go to File, download PDF. Okay, now it is downloaded onto my computer. Okay, now in here, if you want, sometimes what my clients have done, they've actually just added screenshots of the contact information, and because you can actually put pictures in here. Okay, so if you have a picture or something, you can put that in here. But when I open it up, here is the PDF document. It's just a document. This is a PDF. Like I said, it's universally anybody can open this. Okay, this is one way to create a PDF. But remember what I said in here, it's the information that counts, right? So start thinking, drop it in the comments. What's some information that you have that other people might want? Okay. Let's think about this. What is some information that we can put into a PDF that other people would want to purchase from us, right? I've talked about a vendor list. What are some other things? Okay. What about if you have lenders, right? I've seen a lot of people who teach about business credit. They're like, "Hey, here's a list of people that you can go to get a car loan without using using your own credit as a personal guarantor." Okay, have you guys seen that? So you guys can put things like that in there, right? Okay? So that's one thing we've got. Yep. Okay, so we've got vendor lists, okay? We've got bank lenders, right? Banks and lenders. Okay, if you have a process, let's say you have now guys, I don't know if you guys realize this. An ebook is a PDF. Did you guys know that? Okay? It's just a multi-page PDF. It has as many pages as you need, okay? And it doesn't matter. One of the biggest questions that I get all the time is people ask me, how many pages should my ebook be? It does not matter how many pages it is. It matters that you're able to give people information and you're able to get them to the point where they are getting value. Okay? So let me zoom this in here. I'm going to make this bigger for you guys so you guys I can make sure all my people over here online can see. So I'm just going to make this bigger so you guys can see this. Can you see it okay? I hope you can see this. You should be able to see this from Mars. Okay. We've got vendor lists, we've got banks and lenders. What else? Now, this is just a PDF. We're talking about PDFs right here. I'm going to be giving you information. Okay. Now, remember last week, okay, the way that we got into this about making your first $1,000, remember last week, I talked to you about, you know, how much you have to sell to make the $1,000. Okay. And so right here, if you can see this, and let me zoom this in a little bit more for you, okay? Okay. So you don't really need to sell a lot of products. Okay. You don't need to sell a lot to get to $1,000. All right. $27 product, you need 38 a month to make $1,000 a month. Just a quick recap because it's not a lot of sales. You guys know, do you know 38 people that would purchase something from you for $27? Do you guys know? Think about it. Family, friends, right? Do you guys know? Do you guys know 38 people? Most people will know 38 people. Think about that. Okay. Do you know 38 people that would purchase something from you for $27? Okay. Think about this. And really quickly, we've got if you have a $37 product, you only need 27 sales a month. $47 product, you need 22 sales a month to make that $1,000, right? $57 product, 18 sales per month. 67 is 15 sales. $77 product, 13 sales. $87 product, right, is 12 sales. A $97 product is 11 sales. Okay. Now notice as your product keeps going up, the price of your product goes up, you need less sales. Okay. So just a quick recap from last week. Now we're talking about how do we get that? We're selling our information. Okay. Now that's the difference when we talk about a digital product, we're selling information. So what are some of the things that you can sell? Okay. Okay. People sell ebooks, right? Now, this is like a huge category. Okay. This is a huge category. So under here, some people have like, maybe they have meal plans, shopping lists, right? What are some of the things, guys? Right? How to books, right? They've got, for me, I like to do a lot of the how to. Okay. How to yes, color formulas. That is a very popular one. One of my clients and business bestie, Cynthia Lumsey, she has a lot of color formula books. Okay. Yes, a lot of people don't even think about that. This is information you guys already know. This information you guys already know. You can sell it. Okay. What else? What else, guys? Right? We're just talking about $1,000. It's actually not that hard. Isn't that crazy? $1,000 seems like, I mean, a lot of people right now, what is minimum wage right now? What is minimum wage? Is it 7.75? Okay. What is it? 7.75? All right. Something like that. I don't even know what minimum wage is. All right. But imagine this, guys. Imagine how you can go ahead and you'd be able to make this so much easier from the comfort of your home, creating it one time and selling that same thing over and over and over again. Okay. Over and over and over again. All right. So this is what we're talking about today. Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. So this is just a few ideas. These are just PDFs. This is just one of the things that you can sell as digital content. Okay. Because I know sometimes I want to talk about this. I want to break this down. But these are just some of the few things: vendor lists, banks and lenders, ebooks. Sometimes people sell customer lists, which that can get a little tricky. You have to check the laws on that one. Okay. So sometimes people sell customer lists, right? People might sell software lists, right? Like I know that in one of my classes I had I had a class about how to become an influencer, and I had a list of different softwares where you can register so that people can reach out to you if you want to be an influencer. Okay. So that was something that I had done in the past. In addition, I've also had a list of equipment. Okay. So even right now, people might be like, well, what is the equipment that you're using to do this? Okay. What is the equipment that you guys are using to, to do this? Now I'll give you guys a hint. Okay. I'll give you guys a hint. This isn't real. Okay. It's a green screen. Okay. But there's, all types of equipment and software that I've used to create this experience and to create this live broadcast that I'm doing right now. Okay. Some people might say, well, how are you doing this? Okay. These are just a few ideas about what you can do as a PDF. Okay. These are just one of the things. Okay. And remember, I explained to you guys, how is it that we're able to go ahead and create, right? This $1,000, your first $1,000 online. How many of you guys have a digital product for sale right now? Are any of you guys selling digital products? I'm talking about physical ones. I'm talking about digital ones when you have it set up properly. And that's what I teach my students how to do, because we don't want to create another job. Okay. We don't want to create another job. We want to have passive income. We want to have something that we do the work up front and we set it up on autopilot and we can keep making money from that same one thing. Okay. So all of the things that I've talked to you about when we talk about the PDFs and all that kind of stuff, all of those things we set it up one time. All right. We set it up one time and you can see that same thing over and over and over for forever. All right. So that is what I'm excited about. All right. Okay. Yes. So we have some people have ebooks on here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. So vendor list, you have vendor list, you have meal plans, you have recipe books. Do you have any of these things what are the things? And the way that you decide is that you say, well, what are people asking about all the time? Like I've seen some people who've lost a lot of weight and all of a sudden people are like, well, what did you eat? How did you exercise? What's your exercise schedule? What exercise did you do? I know in the past I bought a plan from Brittany Babe, and basically she was saying what to eat each day, and it was like you printed out a little meal tracker and you could write things down. And then it had a certain number of exercises you were supposed to do for a limited amount of time, 15 minutes on this day, 20 minutes on this day. Okay. So those are just to get, I got to get these juices flowing. All right. Now, guys, you guys will notice in the description, I have a link here. I am going to be teaching a live workshop. It's not going to be like this. It's going to be a little bit more, there's going to be a lot more details. Okay. And I'm going to have some special guests on where I'm going to be showing you guys more details about how to get your first digital product and ultimately make your first $1,000 online with digital content. Okay. So far, we're talking about making your first $1,000 online. We've talked about a PDF. All right. So what else? What are some other things that we can do? Okay. Some of the other things that we can do. Now, this is one that I really am looking to do more of. Okay, templates. Ooh, what does that mean? What is a template? All right, so how many of you guys on here have heard of Canva? How many of you guys on here have heard of Canva? Raise your hand, okay? So canva.com is yep, you have people ask you about credit cards and business credit. Hey, you got to sell it. All right. So Canva is a graphic design tool, and I should not say graphic design for dummies because I'm not a dummy and neither are you. Okay. But basically, it makes it super easy for people to go ahead and create graphic design without graphic designers. Okay. And oops, sharing the wrong screen. All right. Let me share the right screen here. But basically what happens is that when you share your screen properly, here we go. Then I can show you these templates, okay? So these are some of the templates that I have created, okay? I have sold these templates. Like here's one. So let me explain to you what a template is, okay? So basically I created these designs in Canva, okay? So basically this one right here is like a cover photo for an IGTV video. Okay. And I created the dimensions perfectly. So, on your square, it will show the right amount here. And it's branded. Anybody can change these things. Okay. So the way that you share these Canva templates, okay, it's kind of dope. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay. So you have to have, and let me zoom in a little bit for you so you guys can see a little bit better here. Hold on. Make this a little bit bigger for you. Oh, let's do it the opposite way. We got to zoom out, I guess, to make it bigger. All right. All right, we're gonna make this a little bit bigger. All right. So basically, when you're using these templates, right, this is what, and let me move this off the screen so you guys can see a little bit better. All right, let's see. Okay, so Canva template. So I'm in Canva right now, okay? And this is like a cover photo. So if you want to have a branded cover photo for your IGTV and your stories, your reels, or anything like this, so I created this template. It's very simple, okay? So when you want to sell the template, basically you have to have a paid Canva account. Okay. So to pay for a Canva account, it really doesn't cost that much. It's about, I think it's $12.95 a month. Okay. You cannot do this with a free account. But what happens is that when you do this, you say use as template. Okay. And then what you do is I sell the link. Okay, so you remember over here we had the PDF, and I'm just gonna go ahead and make myself some more room so you guys can see this. Okay, so in this particular case, what I'd be doing is I would say, hey, um, click this, click this link, okay, to access. And so this is where I would go ahead and I would add the link. I would highlight this. I would go ahead and do this web thing and hit paste. Okay. Now this and hit apply. Okay. So when somebody logs in, they purchase my Canva template, all they would have to do is they click here, right? And then it opens up. Now check this out. It says a template created by the social barber was shared with you. Start designing now. Okay. So let me tell you what this means. All right. What this means is that when that person, they're creating their own version, a copy of the template that I made. Okay. Now, this is actually a video template and it's widescreen video. And then, they can add their own handle. You can add your own handle here and everything. Right. But what happens is when it says use template, it opens up in their version, their own Canva account. Okay. It's opening up in their Canva account and it does not change anything on my account. So when you sell these, okay, when you sell these templates, it's kind of dope because it doesn't mess up your version and you can sell the same thing to unlimited amount of people and they're going to open it up and it does not change anything on your account. So when the person wants to open it up, they might say, "Well, my name isn't Season. I don't want this video here." Okay, let's see. Let me know what's your Instagram. Let's go ahead and edit it really quick so you can have an idea about how this works. Okay, so I see Dr. Faden style here, right? All right. So let's say he wants to go ahead and say, make sure I spell this right. And you can make this bigger or smaller. Let's say, for instance, he's like, no, I don't want this to be like this. He can, pull this out here and even make it wider if he wants, if you want to put these things together, if you want to separate them. Let's say he's like, you know what, I don't want these colors. I'm going to change this to a different color. He can type in his HTML color codes here. Okay. Let's say he wanted this back part right here, right? Let's say he wanted this change this. Maybe he's like, okay, I want this to be red. Okay. Let's say you want to change this banner right here. Okay. And maybe he wants to put his own name on his own video, which I would imagine. Okay. Because it's all about branding. This is what a lot of people are doing, and a lot of times as solopreneurs and entrepreneurs, sometimes it's not so much, a lot of times people want to throw money at a problem, but the thing is sometimes we just have to like say, hey, I need to know how to drive my own car. Okay, so let's say he's like, I want to do this, and then guess what else he could do? He can actually go ahead and upload his own video. Okay, so he can upload his own pictures or video to add in here if he would like. All right, so I'm just going to take one that has already been uploaded because I don't really have one in mind here. So let's see if I can pull up. So when you upload the videos, they will go on this side. So let's say he wanted to put one of these other videos here. Okay, you can put whatever you want. All right, kind of crazy. Okay, so this is something else that people sell. Now imagine, okay, imagine what are some of the things that we can use with these templates, right? What are some of the things that we can do with templates, guys? Can you guys imagine? All right, let's get our juices flowing here, okay? So one of the things that I know I helped Kim Kimball create salon management templates. Okay, so everything's like cleaning lists and scripts and everything, and you can change it and print out as many copies as you want and change it and add your own logo. Okay, all right. What else? Social media templates. Got to spell it right. Okay. What about flyers? Oh my gosh, wouldn't that make it so easy for you if somebody just gave you a flyer and you didn't have to every single time keep paying for a flyer? Because I don't mind paying for a flyer, but sometimes somebody, if there's a mistake and the person can't get back to you quickly enough to make the change, it's really empowering to be able to drive your own car and know how to change these flyers and everything so that you can still continue to market your business. All right. All right. What else? Okay, these are just some things off the top of our head, okay? We can do Reels templates, okay? IGTV. See, that was the IGTV template I showed you, okay? You can do cover photos. So, if you want to have your Facebook group cover photo, your Facebook page cover photo, you can even do, I've done Clubhouse profile pics, okay? And even if somebody wanted to put like the little ring around on their Clubhouse, I created those in Canva. It literally doesn't even take that much time, okay? So Clubhouse profile pics, if you want to put some custom wording around it. Gosh, guys, there's just so much. You can even do ebook templates in here. Can you guys imagine? I know when DL and I did a class together on Airbnb, he had an Airbnb welcome book template that you could customize. Okay, crazy, right? There's just so many things. Think about that. All right. Can you guys believe this? This is kind of crazy, right? Now templates, I can go crazy on the templates now. Okay. You can do, I actually, oh my gosh, I have so many templates in my, I have a group coaching program called the Six Figure Business Systems. And in that, I have so many templates for my students to make it step by step for them. So all they have to do is they click on that link, just like I showed you, and they're able to go ahead and customize it and put their own pictures, put their own information in, and they don't have to think so much. The tech, I take the tech away. All right. I take the tech away. I'm like, technology is not an excuse. Sorry, not on my watch. All right. So I have like welcome book templates. I have email freebie templates. Yep, that's one of the things that I give my students. Okay. I have like their online class. Um, I have like templates for their flyers, um, the cover photo for their checkout page. Okay, which is kind of crazy, right? All right, you can sell. I have online now. I'm not using Canva for this, but I also have online workbooks. Okay, that people are able to fill out. All right, and we'll get to the calculators and things like that in just a minute. Okay, um, but it's just so many things that you guys can do. And remember, we're just talking about $1,000. Each one of these things is so valuable that $1,000 is it's very easy to get to this. Would you guys agree? All right, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Okay. Now, I just want to remind everybody if you guys want to make sure that you guys are getting these notifications and things like this, make sure to go ahead and I cannot add you, but I have a texting VIP list. So if you want to make sure that you're not missing any of the things that are going on, make sure that to join this. All you have to do is actually go ahead and text the list. Okay, you just text the number and then you'll actually go ahead and you'll get all the information. Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. So I'm going to take a break here and we'll let you guys digest. I've been giving you guys so much information today. We're talking about making our first $1,000 online. Okay. And this is not you standing behind the chair. This is not you performing services. This is not you mailing, right? Purchasing products, putting your label on it. This is not any of that stuff. Okay, this is not any of that. This is you selling what you know, selling your information. Information right now is crazy. It's key. This is the thing that everybody wants to know. Okay? Everybody wants to know things and they want to know it now. And so you really, I know a lot of times people want to do like a live class, like in person and that kind of thing. And don't worry, there's still going to be a market for that. But you're going to think about all the coins that you're leaving on the table, coins and dollars and things that shake and make money, that you're leaving on the table because people want the information now and they don't want to wait. Okay. So another one of my favorite things to do is to actually go ahead and I love doing live classes and webinars. Okay. Live classes and webinars are some of the easiest things for you to do. It's literally some of the easiest things for you to do because guess what? There's not as much preparation. Okay. You don't have to do a lot of preparation. One of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of people doing is people want to be really fancy. And what they want to do is they want to invite the cameraman in, and what happens is that now your ability, and what happens a lot of times, and this is no shade, I'm just keeping all the way 100 with you. And for those of you guys who have, ever hired the cameraman, okay, always takes longer than what they say. It always takes longer. And then what happens is that if you were like, hey, this is the way I'm going to make money this time, guess what happens? Now all of a sudden you have lost your ability to make money. Okay. You have lost your ability to make money. And that's why I'm very passionate about talking to you about and showing you how to do this on your own because it doesn't do any good. Okay. All right. It doesn't do any good to have these products if nobody's going to buy them. Okay. That's the hard and sad reality. Now, when you teach a live class, it helps you with the selling because FOMO. Does anybody know what FOMO is? Okay. FOMO is fear of missing out. All right. Have you guys heard of it? Okay. Yes. If you guys have heard of FOMO. Okay. Okay. All right. So that is something that, you would definitely feel like, okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute with the FOMO. Okay. Um, that is, because people don't want to miss out and they want information now. When you have a deadline, you're like, hey, I'm teaching this live class at this time. It makes it easier for you to sell. It also makes it easy because you don't have that preparation. You don't have to wait for the cameraman. You don't have to do all that kind of stuff that I was talking to you about. You don't have to do that. You can literally get online and you can start talking ASAP. Okay. How crazy is that? You can just get online and start sharing your information. And a lot of times when we're experts in something, then people want to know what it is that we have to tell you. Okay. They want to know what it is. How can we do this? Okay. And so if you are, okay, um, if you are thinking about doing digital products, like you've got to get started. You have to get started. There's something that nobody else can do for you. Okay. Now you do have to have your automations and everything set up. And so we had another episode of Beauty to Bank where we were talking about automations and some of the systems that you need because I don't want you working harder. I want you working smarter. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's take a look over here. I've got something else I want to share with you guys about live classes. Okay. All right. All right. So live classes can also be called webinars. Okay. So I'm going to share with you guys a few of the people that I've worked with and some of the classes that they have created. And a lot of them are beauty professionals just like you. Okay. They're beauty professionals just like you. Okay. And so Letitia McKay Everett she's an educator and hair color specialist who offers a class on how to do the perfect color consultation. Okay. Guys, do you do this? I want to inspire you guys. Are these some of the things that you do? Um, Miko is a pixie cut specialist who teaches beauty professionals how to properly care for their short hair clients. Okay. Listen, if you like, is this sparking your interest? Is this helping you guys think about what you can do? Okay, you guys know DL Master Barber. He offers access to the replay and how to start your own Airbnb business. And that's another reason why I like teaching these live classes. Because even though you teach the class live, you can still resell the replays. Okay. And he is a master when it comes to Airbnb. Like, for sure, the king of passive income over here. Okay. And Shay Slay, or some people call her Shay Hair Museum, you might know her from TikTok. She has a class on how to create her popular clip-on wigs that she calls side pieces. Okay. So she's done the live classes and she does the replays. Okay. Oh, you took DL's class. Awesome. Okay. So you saw DL gave, not only the live class and access to the replay, you also got access to the tools, the templates, and all those other things that you need so that you can go ahead and get started as well. Okay. So you guys, is it all coming together? All right. Now, what I do want you guys to do, and the urgency that I have behind, the things that I'm talking to you guys about, is that a lot of times what happens is that, people want to, a lot of times people wait. They wait. And I've been guilty of this. Wait and wait and wait. And you wait so long, and to the point where, guess what? It's almost like, you know, it's almost like you're kind of like late. You know what I'm saying? Like you're late to the party. Everybody else is already doing it. Now there's enough for everybody, but it's important that you jump on sooner than later and you start sharing your information and doing these things, because what's going to happen is that you want to be one of the first people to market, okay? Now, it doesn't matter how many people teach classes about opening a school or creating digital content or whatever it is. It doesn't matter how many people teach it. There's room for everybody, okay? Um, just like there's a lot of people that teach about hair color, and the people that are interested in knowing how to do hair color, they're going to take classes from everybody. So please don't let that stop you or deter you, okay? But you have to take the effort. You have to actually put the energy into it. Now, a lot of times, and I have been guilty of this as well, okay? As an entrepreneur, a lot of times we feel like, oh, you know what, I'm busy. Okay. Now, when you say I'm too busy, you know what happens? There's a block in your brain that happens, and it says, "No, I can't do that because I don't have enough time." Now, how many of you guys are in have you guys read Think and Grow Rich? How many of you guys have read that? Okay, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Okay. All right. So in the book, he talks about how when you give yourself these excuses, basically, and I used to feel really like, wait, I got a really good excuse, okay? But when you allow yourself to accept these excuses as your reality, then what happens is your mind puts a block in there, and it does not allow you to solve a problem. Okay. So the example he had in the book was there was a family. It was a husband and a wife, and they wanted to buy a house. And he was already working a lot of hours. If I'm kind of, it's been a couple of years since I read this, but basically he wanted to buy a house. He was already working a lot of hours, and he's like, well, how am I going to find more time to buy? There's no way I could do this. I'm already working so much. And they started getting really creative. Okay, I think he went and talked to his boss, and he figured out, okay, well, can I work on these days? Can I work this many extra hours? And they did some different things, and changed it. Once they made up in their mind, like, look, I want to buy this house. I don't care what my current situation is right now with my money, but this is what I want to do. So once they did that, it allowed their mind to think about things in a different way and come up with a plan that maybe that plan isn't for everybody, but it was a plan that worked for them. Okay. So that's why a lot of times, like, it's very important that we do address excuses. Okay. Excuses do not mean that they are not good excuses. It just means this is a reason why that you're giving for why you cannot execute. Okay. So I want us to learn how to, first of all, recognize excuses. Secondly, learn how to eliminate those excuses and work around them. Okay. How do we do that? How are we going to do that? How are we going to work around them? Okay. How we do that is we have to say, you know what? I don't care how many followers I have. I don't care how many people I have on my email list. I don't care if I've never done this before. I don't care if I have 1,000 followers. I don't care if I have 1 to 2 years experience or if I have 50 years experience. I don't care, whatever it is. I want to create digital products. Okay. Now that we've decided that, one of the first things that I want to share with you guys, one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of entrepreneurs make, and I've made this mistake. Okay. We want to throw money at the problem. Okay. Let me tell you what I mean. What does it mean when we say we want to throw money at the problem? What it means is that a lot of times we say, well, I'm really busy, so I'm just going to hire somebody to do it for me. Okay. Let's talk about that. Can we talk about that for a minute? Okay. Why is that a problem? Why should you not do that? Okay. Couple reasons. Okay. I talked about a little bit when I was talking about the online classes. Okay. I don't want anybody to own a car that they can't drive. I don't want you to have an online school and you don't even know how to run it. You can't put a class up for sale, and ultimately you're paying for a car and now you got a driver. Okay, you have to have a drive. You can't go anywhere because you don't know how to drive. Can you imagine not being able to get to the grocery store, not being able to pick your kids up from school, not being able to do normal, regular things because you have a car sitting in your yard that you don't know how to drive? Okay. Now listen, sometimes I take Uber. Okay. Sometimes I do like to take Uber, and sometimes it's convenient. If I'm going a night on the town with my husband, I know we're gonna have a little cocktails or something like that. I like to take an Uber. Okay. But at the end of the day, it does not me taking Uber does not mean that I don't know how to drive a car when I need to. I'm not going to drive it under the influence now. We're not doing that, okay? But I have options in life. I can still go to the grocery store. I can go to the mall. I can do Christmas shopping. I can do whatever it is that I want to do. I can go to the gym without having to call an Uber every single time. And what happens is a lot of you guys are putting yourself in a situation, people in their mind, they've already got a blockage. I'm too busy. I don't want to learn. I'm too busy to learn. Okay? So I'm just going to hire somebody. And then there's a couple things that happen, and this is really sad, okay? This is really sad, and I hate that it's like this, but because you don't know something, sometimes people will take advantage of you. Okay? Sometimes people will take advantage of you. I've seen so many people out here, they say, "You know what? I'm just going to hire somebody to do my website." And own they don't own it properly. And what happens is the people keep them paying them because they say, "Well, I they actually own your website." Okay? They actually own your website. You paid them to do it, and now you have to pay them a monthly fee, and they own the website because you didn't secure the name and your brand properly. Okay? So it's really important that you invest enough so that you understand how to drive your own car. Okay. Let's talk about that a little bit more. Okay. Let's talk about that a little bit more because another thing that happens a lot is that we throw money at a problem and we're like, I'm gonna hire somebody. Okay. I see, ooh, the social barber was telling me I could hire people for $3, $4, or $5 an hour to do work for me. Let me tell you what the problem is. Okay. A lot of times when you're getting people at 3, 4, and $5 an hour, they are not experienced people. They're not experienced. So what ends up happening is they don't know what to do. Now they can do the work, but you need to know enough about what you want them to do that you can tell them what you want. Okay? They are order takers. Just like when you go to the restaurant, you go to a restaurant, you say, "Hey, I want a burger with fries, no pickles, right? Extra mayo." Okay? You have to know what to want. And a lot of people are so disappointed because they have not even invested themselves enough to know what to want, and they're disappointed. And now they've spent, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, $20,000, and they still don't like what they have because they don't know what to want. Okay. Listen, I'm going to keep it real with you guys. When you talk to tech people, most tech people, developers, all these people that work on technology, they're order takers. Okay. They're taking your order. Okay. So you're going to a restaurant and you don't even know how to read the menu. It's almost like the menu is in a different language. Okay. You need to familiarize yourself enough so that you guys can speak the same language enough so that you can communicate and get what you want. Okay. Now, when you're talking about these digital products, a lot of stuff, it doesn't have to be that hard. Okay. But you really should have a way and a strategy, a proven strategy that somebody can walk you through. Okay. Now, let me talk about this last issue. Okay. And then I want to remind everybody Sunday, I don't usually do stuff on Sunday. You guys heard me talk about it earlier. Sunday is 7 o'clock. I have some special guests coming, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I am going to be doing a live training on creating and selling digital content. Okay. You want to make sure that you're there. All right. You have to register. It will not be on live. You have to register. I do have the link right over here for you guys in the description. You should have the link, and I will go ahead and share it with you as well here in the comments. Okay. Now, let me put this in here. Okay. One of the biggest mistakes that people make, and I did this, guys, I made a lot of mistakes. Okay. I made a lot of mistakes. All right. And so one of the other mistakes that I made is I kept thinking, oh, you know what? I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay. So I'm going to try to figure this out. I'm going to go on this person's live. I'm going to go on that person's live. And I'm just going to listen and try to piece the things together. Okay. Let me tell you what the problem is. Okay. I'm going to tell you what the problem is with that. It, people are picking from all these different coaches, and people, even if somebody is doing the same service, they're teaching the same thing, they're going to have different strategies in how they execute. Okay, they're gonna have completely different strategies. So it's super important that you pick one coach and you stick with that coach until you can execute and get the results. Okay? Stick with that one coach, because if you keep, you're over here and you're like, I'm making macaroni, one person puts chicken broth in it, one person puts Velveeta, one person, it's gonna be a mess. It's never gonna be right. It's never gonna be the way that you want. Pick somebody, you say, you know what, I like your macaroni. Let me learn from you first before I try to learn a different macaroni recipe. Okay. The same thing goes when you're learning how to do anything online. You pick one coach and you stick with their system until you get the results that you want before you start looking at other people. All right? Guys, listen. Okay? This is an issue. This is something that happens so many times with so many people. Okay? So we want to make sure that we're going to eliminate that. Okay? So, guys, this is just a beauty to bank, right? This is the number one place on the web where beauty professionals learn how to make money without standing behind the chair. I am your host, Susan Bennett. I am an author, a wife, a mother. I'm the CEO of The Social Barber, and I help established beauty professionals learn how to package up their expertise into digital products so you can avoid burnout behind the chair. I want to invite you to join me on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my live training about how to make your first $1,000. Okay. If you're interested in making $1,000 online with digital content, you do not want to miss this. All right. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. And I will see you each and every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here. Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to my channel, right? Share this with somebody else that you think would enjoy it. And I will see you again next week. All right. Bye.